Friends, welcome to Quito, Ecuador, where it is raining. As you can see, it's always raining. It's raining every day, non-stop. There's a car coming. And we had to get umbrellas, and that became really obvious during like the first day that we actually arrived in Quito. We got trapped in a mall. And that is an absolute nightmare for me. And so we went and we bought some cheap umbrellas and went out into the park and, tried to have a good time. And since then, I've been waiting for better weather to try to go out and try to explore things. But it becomes very obvious that better weather is not coming. I think we've caught the tail end of the rainy season, and the rainy season here is pretty intense. I mean, it's like it rains for most of the day, every day. So this morning I was feeling kind of antsy and wanted to go for a walk, but this part of me was waiting. I was waiting for the rain to stop. But then a thunderstorm came, so at least I waited for that to stop, and then it was just this light rain, and it was relentless. And it got to 4 o'clock, and I thought, okay, I can't wait anymore because the sun sets at 6, and I gotta go. So I went, and now it's around 6. The sun's gonna be setting soon, or I think it has to already. Actually, there's a street lamp on my face. And it's been amazing. I mean, I've had this amazing walk around the city. I've seen parts of it that I haven't seen before. I saw some random nature. I saw this valley, and as it was raining, there was this fog that had rolled in, and there was this mist that was around the mountaintops. I mean, it was very magical. And I couldn't have actually seen the same things if it wasn't raining. Like, that amount of fog requires quite a bit of precipitation and some moisture in the air. So I was really glad to experience that, and I just started making all these metaphors in my mind, the metaphorical rain, waiting for the metaphorical rain to stop before just going out with an umbrella. I think there's always an umbrella, and I think there's so many metaphorical rains in our life. Like when I think about sharing my writing, and I was waiting for the perfect time, the perfect place, and most of all, I was waiting for my writing to be perfect. I was waiting for the rain of errors and flaws and inconsistencies and inadequacies to stop before I went out in the great big world and shared my creative work with people, but that rain never stopped. So I just had to get my umbrella. I had to get some thick skin against the judgment and criticism of others, but mostly the judgment and criticism that come from inside my own head about my writing, and just get out there and share it and just do it. And I think about how many times I've held back saying something to somebody, waiting for the perfect time, and then that person disappears and I never get to. When I was in Medellin, this woman I met told me this heartbreaking story about her mother who was saving traveling for retirement, and she was really looking forward to doing all the things she wanted to do, traveling to all the places she wanted to travel to, but within a few months after retirement she got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and it was pretty severe, and she deteriorated so much in the next few years that she was just mentally unrecognizable to her family. She couldn't take care of herself anymore, and she certainly could not travel. And that story, I mean, it just shakes me up so much, because I think it's a perfect example of what happens when we wait for the rain to stop, but it might not. It might never stop. And it's important to just go out there with an umbrella and enjoy it, because there might not be an opportunity to in the future. The other thing I've realized, just today on this walk, is that it's really about making these little micro decisions every day. I made a big decision to sell all my stuff and go traveling, and that seems huge, and it seems like I would be so free to just be adventurous and do whatever I want, but I've been held back every single step of the way by thoughts, beliefs, shame, guilt, codependency. I mean, you name it, I've been held back by it. And it's just about little decisions, like the decision I made today to just get my umbrella and go for a walk. And I am ecstatic. I've had a really good time. I've had a bunch of epiphanies. I have very, very wet shoes. I don't know if you can see my very, very wet shoes. But, the shoes will dry. And I think shoes dry, but regret doesn't really go away. So I'm glad that I went out, and I'm glad that I had these epiphanies, and I'm glad that I can relate it, and I hope that you can relate this to something in your life too, because I think at the end of the day there's a difference between patience and self-denial. And obviously there's a time and a place for self-denial. Like, we can't always just have everything we want at the exact moment that we want it. That just seems unreasonable. But I think it's about the stories we tell ourselves. So if we tell ourselves a story about how we're waiting for the perfect time, the perfect place, the perfect person, but that perfection doesn't exist, then we're not being patient. Then we're just depriving ourselves and denying ourselves the things that we want. And obviously, after being honest about what it is that is holding us back, there's a huge journey there. And it's about a million little choices that add up. But I think the first step is just being honest about why am I waiting for this rain to stop? Is this rain ever going to stop? Am I telling myself stories about waiting for the perfect moment? And I think just being able to tell the truth about that is such an important first step. And taking that first step means that somewhere down the line, we can begin making choices about waiting, and mostly not waiting anymore, just grabbing our umbrellas and enjoying the day. So I hope you can do that. I hope that if you're telling yourself that you're being patient, but really you're just denying yourself what you want, I hope that you can be honest. And I hope that one day you'll get out in that rain with that umbrella, and I hope that you'll tell me about it and share that moment with me, because that would be very special. But now I'm very cold. This is freezing. So I'm gonna go. But thank you for watching, and thanks for being part of my journey, and I hope that this has been helpful to you. Bye.